So let's edit the program to include the if and elif statements and else. It's quite simple because I'm checking out all of these statements. That is one block of code. That is another block of code, and they are separate. That is another block of code, that is separate. And that is yet another block of code, and that is separate. And what I want to do is make all of them one block of code. And I do that with my elifs. So I can put in here elif, elif, and elif. So it's checking each one of these in turn. If it isn't 1, is it 2, is it 3, is it 4? And then I can have a sort of catch all and give them a message with an else statement. Else print please choose a valid option from the menu. Okay, so that is a catch-all. So if they chose 5, 6, 100, 1000, minus 40, it's always going to run this line. Okay, and finally it's going to say thank you for playing, but this thank you for playing is not part of that if block. Okay, so I've gone if, elif, else. That makes a block. Has to be in that order. I cannot have if, else, elif, if. That will not work. Has to be in this order. One if, as many elifs as you like for different options, and one else to catch when the option is not catered for. Okay, and then once we're outside of the if block, back to normal programming, the next line. Again, we know it's the next line because it's indented right at the, well, there's no indent whatsoever. If it was indented, that would be part of the else statement, and that would be part of the entire block. So by having that at the start of the line, notice how that print changes as well. Let me do that again. It's gone purple, telling me that it's inside the block. It's orange, telling me it's outside the block. Now I know these prints here are purple, but that is actually an issue with Python. It's a known issue with Python. It's an error, but in general you'll know that if we've got orange, they're at the same level. So let me run this and see what happens. So here we go. I'm going to make a choice of 5, and what should happen is it should check to see if it's 1, no, check to see if it's 2, no, check to see if it's 3, no, check to see if it's 4, no, and print out that option message, and finally hit the thank you for playing. Now, as we can see here, we're asking for numbers. Maybe we need to deal with that in a different place, because we're always asking for numbers, and really we've made a mistake at this point. So it would be pointless keep asking for the numbers, because it's saying now please choose a valid option from the menu. It's not done anything with these numbers, and then it's given us our thank you for playing message. So it's all worked nicely, but I'm a little bit concerned that maybe we're asking for these numbers in the wrong place. So I'm going to change my program to handle that a little bit nicer and make this work. But before I do that, I'm going to give it a valid number and see what happens. So F5, I'm going to try multiplying 2 and 3, giving me 6, and then it says thank you for playing. So what's happened here is make your selection. So I've chosen 3, got the first number, got the second number. Is the choice 1? No, so it's ignored that line. Is the choice 2? No, so it's ignored that line. Is the choice 3? Yes, so it has done first number times second number. The answer is 6, and then it's ignored that line because it wasn't 4, and it's ignored that line because we dealt with it. It was 3 and we've done it, so it ignored that line, and finally it did thank you for playing. Now This is called selection, and selection is an important part of your programming techniques. You'll need to know about it, and you'll need to know how to work your way through it. This is our first look. If you're not understanding fully, that's fine. We will do it so often that you'll become fairly expert at it. This is a big part of programming, exists in all programming languages, and like I say, it's through constant practice that you will understand what's happening. So in the next video, I'm just going to change this, please enter a number, to be in a more logical place. It's not an error, but it's not really wanted if we select something incorrect. So I'm going to change that to be a better program. However, we're going to increase the number of lines in our code.